Shalom, all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Harakakadash, double unto the apostles and elders, great meals and rule well, and Shalom to all the brothers doing the work of sincerity and truth. Yeah, this, this Hurricane Ida in the States. Man, have been getting jacked up. It's been immense, man. Because it's still, it didn't even just hit one place. It kind of just ripped through. And yeah, it's immense. It's like Louisiana is yeah. The way there's from when the lights went out, it's peak, man. It's peak. It's showing the levels of devastation that the Lord's looking to bring in, and it's like, hey, people were expecting a storm, but then you see some of the footage, like goddamn, that people got jacked up. So this is on Reuters. It says what Ida's devastation shocks, fuel shortages hinder recovery. Yeah, that's a thing as well. Is yeah. Okay, let me read it. Let me read it first. So it says storm damage from Ida astounded officials on Wednesday, 3 days after the powerful hurricane pounded southern Louisiana, as reconnaissance flights revealed entire communities devastated by floods, winds and floods. I think they got images. Yeah. Through all kinds of through. All kinds of through. In extreme heat. Damn. Yeah, it's peak. It's peak. And the long-term effects are going to be even more peak. If the guy's house got battered, bruh, and they ain't got insurance like that, bruh, you're done, man. Them guys might just jump in the ocean. So, let me scroll back up. Where was it? Devastated by winds and floods. With President Joe Biden due to survey the destruction for himself on Friday, Louisiana Governor John Bel Edwards issued a plea for emergency supplies to assist 1 million homes and businesses without power, as well as 600,000 people without water, which is peak. That no power, that's just like, and that's also peak for food, because it's like food you had in the fridge, or freezer, the shit's done. Making food, even if you got a gas cooker, because what did it say? Without power and water. Yeah, if you got no water as well, it's just immense. It's peak. Because what? If it's like the whole area, you can't even you'd have to find a river and jump in that shit. That's the closest you're gonna get. And drinking, that's peak. You drink that river water, you probably drop dead. The number of fatalities rose to 6 on Wednesday following the confirmed deaths of 2 electricity workers who had been repairing a power grid. It's actually kind of peak. Says thousands more were in misery, with countless homes destroyed and towns flooded, evoking memories of Hurricane Katrina, which killed some 1,800 and nearly destroyed New Orleans 16 years ago. Yeah, it's a reminder, because what these floods, these as they're called, natural disasters, they're sent as what? The plague is sent as scourges of amendment. Punishments, whippings. They're meant to put you right. The rod of correction. You get whipped. and then you meant to right your ways, which from Katrina didn't go down, and from this one now, it's from this one now, same thing. It's not you know it won't be heeded. Because why? There's 2/3 that have essentially been you know denied. They've been barred from hearing, from understanding, from seeing this thing. So as far as for them, it's already done. Like there ain't gonna be no there gonna be any means by which they're gonna get. They're just gonna get caught in the judgments. This is what the southern coastline, where Ida came ashore as a Cat 4 hurricane on Sunday, was hardest hit, with the barrier island town of Grand Isle declared uninhabitable by the parish president after it was covered by a meter of sand. That's wild. Barrier Island town. That is actually hilarious. A meter of sand. That is peak. So it says, I had no idea how devastating the storm was, Jefferson Parish President Cynthia Lee Sheng told a news conference after flying over Grand Isle and the rest of Ida's path on Wednesday, along with U.S. Representative Steve Scalise, whose district took the brunt of the storm. We're a broken community right now. It looks like matchsticks, like a little pile of matchsticks that you're flying over. Virtually every structure on an island of 740 people sustained damage and 40% were destroyed. Yeah, so it's actually wild. Them men got duppied, bruv. Aerial view shows destroyed houses in a flooded area. Bro, that is peak. See how big. Yeah, it's wild. Man's yards got obliterated. And yeah, the power's off. Kind of peak as well. And the power's off. Fucking hell. You're just through. Like, half of these people must be thinking, like, is life even worth living right now? Men are probably waiting for insurance news. If the insurance don't go through, they're done, man. They're gonna be biting the fucking barrel of a revolver, man. Cause why? It's some people just aren't built to endure hardship as well, man. Hella people, it's like it comes to that bad time, they're just they call it a day. So this is what federals and local officials said. Their immediate focus is on getting water, food, and ice to the most vulnerable. Yeah, the temperatures. Imagine that, bro. You're out. You're out. Your house has been just looking like. What was the next picture? Just looking like that. That's your house. Bruv, the whole thing's done. Just done. It's a wrap. Yeah, that's peak, man. Just the whole thing's done. And now it's 38 degrees. You're out there, like, just sweltering. No food, no water, no power. Said a long line formed outside the Civic Center in Houma, where people were waiting cars to get bottled water, ice, or if they got their car, at least there's that. Ice and tarps from police officers and volunteers. Loretta Williams, 67, teared up as she described the destruction of her mobile home and back windshield of her car, which she covered with a black tarp. All I've been doing lately is crying. I worked so hard for what I had, and all just disappeared overnight. Yeah, 67, so she's in that retirement range. She's probably retired, just thinking like she's done. She's nice. Now she's, just getting absolutely destroyed. Mobile home as well. It's like, is that shit even? I don't even know how the insurance works. It's peak. So what? Governor Edwards told the U.S. news conference he was pressing the U.S. government for help securing bulk fuel supplies while refineries remained offline. The crucial offshore oil industry hub of Port Fourchon remained cut off from supply boats, fuel and air ferry services. Dozens of oil and gas companies operate in the U.S. Gulf of Mexico, which supplies 1.7 million barrels per day, or about 16% of the nation's oil production. Mad. Yeah, so that's a huge amount. Yeah, that's peak. The state of Louisiana provides fuel for the rest of the country, and now we need the rest of the country to give up a little bit of their fuel to come back to Louisiana. Yeah, well, good luck, mate. Good luck. Bruh, it's all kinds of fruit. All kinds of fruit. Hell has visited. But, it said, scourges for remembrance, man. Matthew 24 and 3, and it says, and as he sat upon the Mount of Olives, the disciples came unto him privately, saying, tell us, when shall these things be? And what shall be the sign of thy coming and of the end of the world? It said, what? And Yahushua answered and said unto them, take heed that no man deceive you. For many shall come in my name, saying, I am the anointed, and shall deceive many. And you shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. Yeah. Wars and rumors of wars. What's going on in Afghanistan? What's still going on in Syria? State of Israel. Even between India and China, between Europe, NATO and allies, and Ukraine and Russia, between Taiwan, Hong Kong, China, and America and their allies. What's going on? These things, rumors of wars, and they're unresolved. Now that the whole Afghanistan thing's, America's looking weak, then you're just like, hey, these guys might just be like, okay, look, time to capitalize. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilences and earthquakes in diverse places. All these are the beginning of sorrows. Yeah, famine, pestilence, earthquakes in diverse places, man. All these things, and that's the thing is these things compound. Because if you got a famine, then you get pestilence within a famine. It intensifies. Got a pestilence, like there is presently, and you get a natural disaster in the mix. It's peak. Just like with them earthquakes and floods, because the flooding's been going mad. The wildfires as well, been going mad. Hurricanes as well. It's getting peak. It's getting immense. It says what? No, that was what I was gonna read, but I'll skip down as well. So verse 36 says, but that day and hour knoweth no man, no, not the angels of heaven, but my Father only. But as the days of Noah were, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. But as in the days that were before the flood, They were eating and drinking, marrying and giving in marriage until the day that Noah entered into the ark, and knew not until the flood came and took them all away. So shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. Then shall two be in a field, the one shall be taken and the other left. Two women shall be grinding at the mill, the one shall be taken and the other left. Watch therefore, for ye know not what hour your Lord cometh. Yeah? It's gonna get to the point where it's just gonna be, people in twos. Hey, one's gonna be gone. It said, I can't remember the scripture right now, but it said, man will desire to see another man's face. I think it's in the Apocrypha. Because it's gonna get to the point where there's so few men on earth that you're just gonna desire to, like, yo, I ain't seen anyone for time. That's the level of intensity it's coming to. So that's why, boy, and that's the thing is, like I said, these things are scourges. These are whips for amendment. And that's what people are, they're not paying heed. So yeah, it's only gonna get worse. But yeah, I'll leave it there. Shalom. Yahweh Shem Yeshua, Shalom.